we're recording and we're going to get started. So everybody, you're welcome to the call this evening. As I mentioned a couple of times in the little warm-up, it's called How to Build a 5 to 7 Figure Global Amazon Business Selling Simple Low to No Competition Products. Now, the first thing I'm going to ask everybody to do today, it's Chucky Finster from the Rugrats, in case anybody hasn't watched that show. But one of the things Chucky is known for is panicking. And I'm just going to ask everybody not to panic. We are going to hit you with a lot of information today, but all I ask is just be open-minded, listen to what we're talking about, and take it in as best you can. I highly recommend notes as well today. It's a very good way just to get it into your mind. And it's just great that you're here with me live as well on a Thursday. I really appreciate y'all being here. So I'm going to go through this information with a lot of speed and a lot of detail. And I just want to assure everybody there's going to be none of this crap. There's none of this high pitch nonsense. We're going to be leading with value. At the end of the call, I will be talking about a way that you can get involved with Marketplace Superheroes with no risk whatsoever. And so we're trying to do something very different in this market. And I'm trying to explain as we go along today just how different we are, just how different everything we do is. We've got over 4,100 people in our community. I hope to add a couple of more of you in this evening and beyond. And I just really want to teach you as much as I can, because the more value I give you up front, the better it is. You understand the business more, you're going to be more successful, and we get to build a relationship together a lot earlier. And that's really what my goal is this evening. Now, I want to show you a lot of case studies, a lot of success stories, and I love Peter's story. Now, Peter Edinburgh is a real person. You know, you can see on the left, his name is not blocked out. He's a real person. He's on Facebook. He's a real person. I just ask not everybody hits him up because he'd have a million messages. But Peter and Rich, they're partners. They're in Boston. And, you know, Peter and Rich started from nothing. You can see November 2017. So a little more than a year ago now. Now we're in, we're in August 2019 now. But basically just started from complete scratch. And if you look over here on the bottom left, you can see they came to Ireland. They came to our boot camp a while back. They learned the model I'm going to teach you all this evening. They learned how we do things the way we do it. And over here on the right, you can see now, you know, we're shooting to hit $400,000 to $500,000 in our second full year. 5 SKUs just hit a month ago, 2 SKUs landing, and they're growing their business. Now, I just want to tell every single one of you, before we even get started, you can take this figure of 500,000, you can take 30% of that, and that's what they're putting in their pocket. That's one of the differences you'll see tonight. I'm not just going to talk about sales, I'm going to talk about profitability, because each and every one of you, I want you to be able to put money in your pocket, okay? Because profit you can spend, you can change your life with. Sales you can't. So this is just Peter a year ago, a really successful business now. We've got people, even bigger businesses. I want to show you something though that's doable, that's achievable for all of you sitting here. And it's just awesome that I can bring more and more of these success stories to you. So look, who is this for? Look, if you're looking for a way to build a passive business, one that can replace your income and is very profitable, you are absolutely in the right place. Maybe you've already made money on Amazon or eBay. Maybe you had a little eBay business a while back, but you want to build a real sustainable business, one that can actually, as you say here, replace your income as well and give you that assurance and that certainty that you've got an income that's going to last the test of time. Maybe you've tried private label in the past, like we're going to talk about, which is branding your own products, right? Maybe you've done it before, you found it difficult. You were probably using another strategy that we'll talk about tonight that we don't recommend, and you're looking for a new way to do things. If you're in that situation, I absolutely have something for you tonight that you're going to love. And maybe you're already making money in your business, but you're spending all day in that business. You've no freedom, you've no time. If you're in that situation, I've got something for you, absolutely. So by the end of this call this evening, on this Thursday evening, and I always keep saying it because people say, Stephen, are you actually live? And absolutely, I'm live. I'll be taking your questions later on. You're going to discover the exact strategy that builds a 5 to 7 figure global Amazon business selling simple everyday items. That's one of the clues, by the way, as to what's very different about what you're going to learn tonight. Secondly, I'm going to show you a 4-step process that we use every time to find hyper profitable items on demand in any niche on Amazon. It doesn't matter if you have no ideas for a product tonight. By the end of tonight's call, you're going to understand our process that we go through to have the market tell us what we should sell. And that's what we're talking about here in number 3. You do not have to come up with ideas. You don't have to be passionate about your products. You don't have to know what to sell right now. I'm going to show you how to start thinking in a way that Amazon's going to tell you what you should be selling and why. All right? Next, you're going to have the foundations to grow this business quickly without risking thousands in paid advertising, weird softwares, product giveaways, or anything like that. Now, before I get into how I got to this point and how you're going to get to the point you're looking to get to, I want to show you the business model so you're very clear on what we're doing this evening. And a lot of you told me just before we went live, you're just starting out. So I want to explain it in detail so that you understand it and you know exactly what we're going to talk about. So the business model is this, and it's very simple. First things we do is we go to Amazon and we find a product that's in demand and we look for a way to improve the offer. Now, how we find a way is very simple. When we find, say, plastic shoe boxes, we see reviews on Amazon. We look at those reviews and we look for what are people complaining about? What did they not like about that product? And we then go to step 2, go to Alibaba, we source the product and we find one that's cosmetically different. It looks different, but it's already being produced by a company. And we then speak to that company, we put our own brand on that product, and we add something to it. So we add a little extra bonus item. We do a different size pack. So let's say we were selling plastic shoe boxes and we saw the market leader was selling a 5-pack. Maybe we sell an 8-pack or a 7-pack for the same price, and we add in a little bonus item, a shoe freshener, for example, right? Very simple. Then what we do is we import that product that has our own brand on it now. We put it on sale on Amazon in every available Amazon country. Now I'm going to break down why we do it that way and explain it in very simple detail, but at a very basic level. We find a product, we improve the offer, we then source the product, we put our own brand on it, we import the product, and we have a way to help you do that. We put it on sale on Amazon, we build a business. Can everybody just give me a simple in the chat box if you understand what I'm saying? And it's pretty simple, because it is very, very simple, right? Now there's more steps to it. That's what we're going to explain on the training this evening. But I want to just check in and make sure that you agree with me that it's simple, right? Excellent. We're getting lots of simples. I'm glad we're getting simples. All right, cool. So this is what we do then. We find the product like we talked about, we brand it. Then what we do is we then, once it's imported, we send our products to Amazon. They then store our products, and we only send a small number of the total order. We don't send everything. Then customers purchase our products on Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk, .de, .fr, .it, .es, right? And you'll see how simple Europe is as we go through tonight's call. Amazon pick and pack our products on our behalf. They then ship the products to the customers on our behalf across the world, and they do all the customer support relating to the product. Okay? So that's really that's how it works from Amazon's side. So our role this evening then is we are in a situation where all we got to do is become really good at finding products that are in demand and improving the offers. And Christine, good question. You don't need a warehouse, no, because we have a warehouse at Marketplace Superheroes. We actually have one in Houston, Texas. We have a warehouse in Northern Ireland, and we now have a warehouse in Australia. So we can help you ship products, your small order, to our warehouse, and then you'll send them into Amazon from there. Now, if you're in the US, you can send them to your house, but you don't need to. So you never have to touch the product after you get your sample of the product, okay? Really simple business. Very, very easy to understand. Now, why Amazon? Number one, it's worth almost $1 trillion. It's insane. Secondly, 50% of everything that's sold on the internet is actually sold on Amazon right now. Next, they've got over 600 items that sell approximately every second. 400 to 600, they reckon, a second. So by the end of this webinar tonight, when we finish speaking, there's going to be 4.3 million items will have sold on Amazon. It's mind blowing, right? Now, the great thing about Amazon is if they sell in a market, you can sell there too. So as you can see here, Canada, US, Mexico, you can sell in all those markets, and you can send your items to those different countries and sell in those markets. What I recommend you do, by the way, is you start in the US, okay? Ignore Canada, ignore Mexico, number one. Then what I recommend you do is you send another bit of your order over here to Europe. So the great thing about Europe is You only have to send your stock to one place. Let's just say you send it to the UK. Now, don't worry about company setups or anything like that. We can teach you how to do all of that. But basically, you send your stock to the UK. You then translate it into German, Italian, French, and Spanish. And basically, every time you make a sale, Amazon will ship your product from the UK to the German person that just bought from you, to the Italian person, the French person, the Spanish person. So this is beautiful. You go from China, you send to the US, you send some stock to the UK, and now you can sell in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different markets. Just give me a 3 in the chat box if that makes sense what I'm saying so far. You understand that. Very important we understand that. Now that's great. Lots of 3s. So here's the thing. You're probably thinking, well, this is a huge market, but surely it's very competitive. There's not much room to grow, all of that. Look, here's the thing. You can see on the screen right now that it is now 2019, and as it stands, 11% of total retail sales, e-commerce only makes up of 11% now in 2019. In 2020, it's going to make up a little bit over 12%, and 21 about 13.5%. What does that tell you? Number one, Amazon is only getting started. It's growing every single year. Number two, e-commerce is growing. It's only a tiny fraction of total retail sales right now. Secondly, there's so many customers with so many different needs because the market keeps growing. More and more people keep coming to Amazon and buying more stuff. Next, that means then new emerging markets are constantly being created, right? Makes sense. Next, you sitting here tonight can sell globally just like me without leaving your home. And I know it sounds like one of those late night infomercial things, but I assure you, and I'll prove to you by the end of the call, it is very achievable. And I'll show you how we can help you as well. We have a lot of different services to make this really easier for you. One good example is shipping from China. We make that super easy. We've built an entire service for people just like you who we basically get to partner with long term. But anyway, the potential to create a long-term business is therefore unquestionable. Why? Number one, more people are coming online every year. Number two, you sell on the top marketplace in the world. And then number three, you learn what I'm telling you tonight about the types of products you should sell where there's not competition, and you're going to be able to make a really cool business either part-time or full-time in a short period of time, just like Peter we showed you, just like all the other people. I will share their results with you tonight. So my goal is very simple. I want to prove to you the only way to build a passive, non-touch, that means non-technical online business is by selling your own branded physical products on the internet. And then I want to prove to you the only way to sell your products without a website, without a warehouse, without high-level technical skills is by leveraging the power of Amazon. I'm going to ask you a good question. Can we ship the products directly from China to Amazon warehouse? I do not recommend that, Ahmed, because your products can get stuck in customs. So you're much better to utilize a service like ourselves where you ship to a pre-Amazon location and you avoid all those problems, okay? So absolutely do not ship direct to Amazon. Some people will tell you that you should, you can get away with it for a while, but it's not a long-term strategy. I want to give you a long-term strategy where you're not going to fall into issues, okay? Now, why should you listen to myself at all? Well, look, I'm on the left here. I'm at the bottom here. This is my business partner, Robert Rickey. We're the co-founders of Marketplace Superheroes. We are 7-figure global Amazon sellers. We've sold over $12 million of products online without venture capital, without funding. We've actually built Marketplace Superheroes into now, I should update this slide, into over 4,100 community. I'll show you that community later on this evening. We've produced tens of millions of dollars in revenue on Amazon, and our community has produced tens of millions of dollars in revenue as well. We've actually created a global freight network called Superhero Freight and a multitude of other businesses from e-commerce to software. What does this mean for you listening tonight? I want to make something abundantly clear. I'm not just going to teach you how to sell on Amazon globally. More to the point, I'm going to make you a long-term partner with myself, Robert, and our entire team. Because think about it. The only way we can be successful long-term is by you utilizing our services like our freight services. The only reason we can put on these freight services is because we know, and we see it every day, the power of Amazon. So we have invested our entire future into teaching and working with Amazon sellers and beginning Amazon sellers just like yourself. So we're partnering long term. I'm not one of these people that teaches something, then I sit on the beach drinking a mojito. I'm doing this webinar live in my little town of Wexford in Ireland because I want to work with you long term. And I want to respect you by showing up live and teaching you everything that I can in the time available. And so we're serial entrepreneurs. These are just some of the businesses we run. As you can see, like 3.27 million pounds. So that's like over $4.5 million, over 2.14 million. Like these are in a very short period of time, less than 2 years. So again, our company now, we're multiple seven-figure business owners per year. And again, we're serial entrepreneurs. So look, real quick, I want to tell you how I got to this point. And my goal is not to tell you my sob story, but rather I want to get you the epiphany that, number one, you want to build a business on Amazon. I want to show you why building a business the way we teach it makes the most sense. And then I want to inspire you to change your future and begin to step into a much more powerful, positive future where you build a real business and you really make money, maybe for the first time ever. And by the way, just check in with me before. Type in never if you've never you've never built a business before, or type in some if you've made some money with a business online or offline before. So never if you've never done it before, some of some. So, okay, so lots of nevers, some sums. So, okay, so kind of mixed actually. Probably 50% some, 50% never. That's really interesting. Well, look, I want to teach you how to do it at a high level, at a real level, at a serious level. So here's me on the right, very overweight. I'm smiling in the picture, but at the time, I was the opposite. So like you, I wanted to become financially free. I had no idea whatsoever how to do it. So I was in the music industry at the time, and I said to myself, I'm going to quit. I'm going to leave home. I'm going to go live in Dublin, the capital. I'm going to become a successful musician. So I worked as a data processor to make money during the day, trying to make it. And unfortunately, I didn't make it, right? So I get into a situation where the band broke up and I was basically stuck in a job that I hated. I had all these really negative beliefs. Like, for example, I thought I could never make money. I could never build a business. I could never be financially free. I thought the only way to make more money was to cut my expenses, all of that. And I was lucky because I became obsessed with personal development and business books when I was in this situation, when I was in my early 20s. And really over about 2 to 3 years, I just basically brainwashed myself into positivity. That said, I was still pretty directionless when it came to business. And if you're completely directionless, I've got good news. I can help you. I can help you tonight, starting tonight. And as I mentioned at the top of this presentation, I'm going to be able to get you started tonight for no money down. I'm not going to ask you to put any money of your own down this evening. That's something I can guarantee you, okay? So I began Googling how to make money online, but I started finding stuff like this. Make money without having to do any work whatsoever, right? Secondly, teach other people how to make money online, and you can be a millionaire in minutes. Use this weird software tool to generate unlimited leads, quote unquote, for your business. I had no business. I didn't need leads. I wouldn't know what to do with them. Affiliate marketing is the only way or the best way for newbies to make money. Drop shipping is the answer to all your questions. No investment needed. Blah, 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 blah. Never touch the items. Live the internet lifestyle. Have money hit you in the face and cut you because of the, I don't know, paper cuts, right? That's why I was reading all this stuff. So I was searching for 18 months and I was trying to find the answer. I was trying to find something to help me. And then the answer hit me. Physical products were the way for me to go. Why? Number one, I didn't have to be an expert or an authority in anything. Number two, it was a real business. I was selling real assets, real products to real people. I could feel good about selling quality items, especially ones that I had my own brand on. Rather than just this weird like drop shipping thing, this was something I could own. I could take ownership of. It was a perfect business to learn how business works, especially when I was selling on Amazon. What could be more legit, more real than the best company in the world? It was possible to automate almost completely. And I'll talk to you about that and how you automate it and stuff like that tonight. But of course, the thoughts began when I thought, oh, I'm going to do products. I'm going to sell them on Amazon because that's where the people are. I can just put my products there and sell them, right? Well, I've never ran a business before. I have no idea how to really find products. How do you do that? I didn't even know what to sell. I thought you sold iPads or something. I didn't know where I was going to find money to get started. I actually did have money, by the way, but I had this weird thing of I should never take my own money and invest it in a business, which is complete nonsense, as we'll talk about tonight. How would I import items? I've never spoken to a Chinese person before, let alone import something from them. What would I do if I got my items wrong, right? All of these questions are completely normal. You might be wondering the same thing. So I went and I tried to figure it out through trial and error. I took a couple of videos off the internet. I didn't buy any courses because I thought, oh, I'm not going to put money into courses. I'm just going to try and find the information, as a lot of people do. And doing that, I kind of got somewhere, right? Eventually, I found a product that was selling like crazy. I used a tool. I found this item. It was a cream canvas wardrobe. This legitimately, you can see on screen now, was my first product. So I wanted to make money now. So I copied everybody else, and I didn't calculate any of my numbers because I didn't even know the size or weight of a product was critical. All I knew was I wanted to make money. I wanted to build a business, and I wanted to do it now, right? Had no clue what I was doing. I made every mistake in the book. I used manufacturer images. I just took their listing copy from them. I basically didn't calculate my profitability whatsoever. I put an awful brand on my product. And even after making every mistake, I still made my money back. And that's something I want you all to know tonight. Even after making every rookie mistake in the book and my first product, I got my money back. Why is that? Because the products I'm going to teach you to sell, you're going to at least double your money every time you make a sale. So let's say it cost you $3 to buy something. You're going to turn that into $6 when all is said and done. Okay? So I still got my money back. I had to slash my price, but I got my money back. But I knew I needed to get help then to turn this into a business. I'd never done it before. I had no clue how to do it the right way. So I knew I needed to find a mentor, somebody who could help me. And I met this guy called Robert. This is still Robert Ricky, my business partner to this day. So Robert showed me what actually sold online. I want to show you what actually sells online too. You're not going to be selling, iPads. You're going to be selling cardboard carriers, for example. And if you don't know what that is, you can go to Amazon and check it out. It's a thing that holds this thing called a carboy. It's for when you're making beer or cider or whatever, right? Broke down exactly how to go pro. Had no idea how to actually have a business that would pay my whole life. Robert showed me how to do it. Make calculating profit simple. He actually built a little piece of software. I'm going to show you that software tonight. This is something that we now use with all our members. It made calculating profit simple. I'm not going to ask you to use spreadsheets. I'm not going to ask you to figure out software. We're going to give you all that kind of stuff. All I'm going to ask you is to learn how the business works. And I'm going to help with that this evening for sure. He helped remove my fear of pulling the trigger. This is going to be your main fear, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to know that. You're just going to be afraid of pulling the trigger. And the reason for that is you've never done it before. Even on joining a program like ours, that's why we actually allow people to join now for no money down. Because we know it's scary, but when you get in and you see how the business works, you understand how profit is made, you actually go the other way. You become very confident, you become very aggressive in a good way, and you really start moving on to the offensive and changing your life. So Robert helped me realize my first failure, I thought it was a failure, getting my money back. That was actually a massive success because why was that? It helped me get over the fear of pulling the trigger. So as we always will say to you on Marketplace Superheroes, you literally could burn your first product and it wouldn't matter. And we're not saying that because, money grows on trees or something. We're saying it because you're over the fear of pulling the trigger. You're now able to buy a product, bring it in and see, wow, I didn't lose any money. I made my money back. And as a matter of fact, pretty much everybody that goes through our product research process, I would say 70 to 80% of people are into massive profit on their first products. I would say 20%, 25% maybe, they get their money back. Very few people, I've seen a very small number of people not get their money back, at least on their products, because of the research process I'm going to talk about tonight. So his business at the time needed to change. I was in a situation where he said to me, come up, Stephen, I'll teach you how the business works. You can work with me. I worked with him for free for 9 months in that warehouse. I was learning. I was taking that business information I had that I talked about, that I had learned after doing 2 years of college, and I started to apply it to the business with Robert. We became really good friends. We became business partners, and we said, we need to change your business, Robert. We need to create a new way of doing this business. We need to sell new products, etc. And I'll tell you what. So Amazon was the way for us. Basically, Robert sold in one niche at the time, and he went deep within that niche. It was consumer electronic accessory products, right? TV stands, speaker stands, things like that. And we realized, at the time he was trying to build this big brand. He had a website, he had wholesale, all of that. He wasn't only going all in on Amazon. And basically, they had a fulfillment team. They had 2 warehouses. They had 8 staff. And Robert was in a situation where he was super stressed out. And I was there. We worked 16 hours a day, every day. The warehouse was freezing cold. There were rats running around at different times. It was not a nice place to be. But we decided then to get rid of the warehouses, get rid of the team, and do what? Go all in on Amazon. and then really focus down on what are the different products that we can sell? How can we create a process that enables us to find more and more products very quickly? And that's the same process I'm going to talk to you tonight about. It's the same process we've taught over 4,100 people. It's the same process that will help you get to where you want to be in your life and in your business. And just check in with me in the comments, by the way. I'd love to know, like, where would you like your Amazon business to be monthly paying you? Just let me know what the figure is. Is it like 2 grand, 5 grand, 10 grand? What would you like to be earning monthly from your Amazon business? And we'll return to that later, but let me know in the comments as we go along. And I'm getting some answers, so thank you. But we started again from scratch, and within 12 months, we'd actually built the business into a 7-figure company in revenue and multi 6 figures in net profit. So instead of doing it all ourselves like we used to, what did we do? Amazon became our warehouse, and they gave us over 125,000 warehouse staff too. And just to check in, I'll tell you now, getting some 5,000 a month, 10K a month, 8K a month, 5K a month, 40K a month, 10K a month, 20K a month. Cool. So you guys got pretty, pretty serious goals. And that's cool. Like, I mean, and by the way, I'll be breaking them 10 and $5,000 a month a little bit later on. So make sure you stick around for that. I'll break down how many products you need to be selling. How many you need to be selling per day, all of that later on. So look, we've had a lot of success in this thing. We've made a ton of mistakes as well. And my goal is simply to help you all avoid the hard way. And so what's possible for myself and Robert now, and what will be possible for you in time, is we get to travel the world. Yes. Do we do it every month? No. We live normal lives. We've got families, as you can see here. We just had a new kid recently. I got to put him in the pictures now. Harvey is his name. But basically, this is Robert and his family, myself and my wife. We do get to travel and all of that, but that's not the only goal for us. We're not these Lamborghini people or any of that nonsense. We like living real lives with our families. And thanks, by the way. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. And for all of you listening, I want the same thing for you. You don't need to have Lamborghinis and all that nonsense. You just want freedom, right? Who here, by the way, wants freedom? Just me know in the chat box. I'm getting lots of congratulations. I appreciate that. Who wants freedom here? Like, who's sick and tired of the Lamborghini? Lamborghinis and all, because I certainly am. And if you're with me, just type in freedom. Because that's certainly what my goal was, is, has always been. I'm there now, but honestly, for me, my goal from a personal standpoint is to help people achieve freedom now. Because I've got it, and it's cool to help other people get it too, right? So we got some security, got freedom. Awesome. I'm definitely going to show you how to get there. So if you've been struggling, like, I want to tell you some of the reasons why you've been struggling. And it's very simple. It's not your fault at all. And you'll understand why in a second. So I totally get it. Robert totally gets it. One of the big reasons is you don't have something to sell. You don't have a way to get paid over and over again without having to put more hours in every single day. That's number one reason why you're struggling. Second reason why people struggle is you don't have a way to quickly find profitable product ideas or business ideas and get them ordered and get them making you money every day. Next, you don't have a way to get those products you find into stock and selling quickly. You also don't have a way to sell those products around the world all at the same time with ease. You don't have that, right? And that's absolutely that. I'm absolutely, Christine, I am doing that for sure. I love your quote, by the way. Thank you very much. Finally, you don't have a way to take $1 and turn it into two, take two and turn it into four over and over and over again. So if you don't have that, how could you have freedom, right? So my question for you is simple. If you had a way, number one, to easily find low competition, profitable, income producing products, and you can start that this evening, by the way. If you had a way to do that, if you then had a way to find suppliers who were trustworthy, you can work with long term, who will work with you, who will provide products that you can at least double your money with. If you then had a way to get those income producing products into stock and selling quickly, and you had a way to scale those products all over the world, like we talked about, instantly. And I say instantly because in Europe, you literally can sell in 5 markets instantly, and in the US, you can sell to hundreds of millions of people instantly. Well, and my instantly, by the time you get in stock, of course, you take $1, you turn it into $2, 2 into 4 with limited risk. If you had a way to do all of those things, would you finally go all in on this business model that we're talking about tonight? And if the answer is yes, I want you to type in all in the chat box, because for me, I want to know that you're all in on what we're talking about. I want to know that I've hopefully inspired you enough to want to know the 3 key secrets behind making the business work. Awesome. So we're getting lots of all-ins. So Ahmed, Hassan, Holly, Ola. Awesome. And thank you all. I just love that you're really giving me so many comments in the chat box. It really helps, honestly. It's so cool. So this is what going all in looks like. This is Clyde. I'm not going to reveal his surname. You will meet it when you come into our community tonight. You can do so for free, by the way, for no cost. But Clyde, basically, he's done $1.9 million in sales, and this is a guy who is very successful, making multiple 6 figures personally from his business per year on Amazon, is in our group, is an awesome guy. And look, I'm going to show you how to do all this kind of stuff we're talking about in less than 10 minutes, all going well. I'm going to have to be very quick though. So let's get into the 3 pillars behind a sustainable 5 to 7 figure global Amazon business. All right. First, I'm going to talk about how to make $18,750 in profit selling just 5 simple everyday products on Amazon. And the good news is, if you're a complete beginner, I guarantee you this is 100% possible for you. All right. Doesn't matter if you've no experience at all. Secondly, I'm going to show you the 4-step process that we have to find these low competition, profitable products as you can source, brand, and sell. Now, the reason 99% of other sellers will not consider selling the items we sell, we call marketplace superheroes approved products, is because of step number 1. And you're going to see what I'm talking about when I break down the business model in more detail. Then I'm going to talk about investing money in your business. I'm going to talk about why it's better than just leaving it losing money in a bank, in a savings account. I'm not going to tell you to take all your savings and throw it into a business or anything, but I'm going to break down for you the reality behind your situation. If your only way to make money right now is in a job, because I've been there before, it sucks when you don't have control. I want to help you get back that control with a business. All right. And okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, so Sandra. Cool. Good. I'm glad you got glad I've covered an answer for you. Awesome. So let's get into secret one now. Let's break down how to get to 18750, which is 5 products. So when I got started in this whole deal, like I thought I needed to sell hundreds of items every day to make money. You might have the same belief system. And I thought that like it's all about the marketing, right? It doesn't really matter about the product. And then it's about paid advertising. I got to learn Facebook ads. I got to learn Instagram ads. I got to go and contact Instagram influencers and all of that to succeed online. And I'll reveal why people are telling you that in just a second and why it's complete nonsense. So then I'd say, like, I have to build websites, right? I got to learn to code. I got to be a marketing genius. I've got to have a product that's never been seen before. I used to even Google business ideas, and whenever they used to show up in Google, I used to be like, oh, well, I can't do it now because it's already been done. Complete nonsense. I didn't even know that it was possible to sell products on Amazon, let alone sell millions of dollars worth of products there too. Now, the idea of being able to quit my job and make a full-time income, it seemed complex and overwhelming. And the reason for that was everybody on the internet, and still the same today in this Amazon market, if you go to other places other than ourselves, they're going to be telling you the same thing. They're going to have a business that looks something like this, right? Making 100 sales per day of a product or whatever it is. And they're going to tell you, you need this big brand. You need to have 100 sales per day per product and only do the second product after you've got the first one to 100 a day. Send out press releases, beg for reviews, do giveaways, give your product away for free, and all this kind of stuff. Now, Robert sat me down when I got started, and he said to me, Stephen, is it sensible to give away products for free? No. He said to me, you got to sell multiple products. That's the first big difference behind what we do. So this is what the business looked like when I first began to learn from Robert. He drew this on a napkin for me. So as you can see, we're actually making the same number of sales as the first thing. We've got more products to sell now. So number one, it's easier to find more products. That makes less sales per day, right? Very logical. Then he said to me, what if we took the same items and we sold them in multiple Amazon countries? So whenever Robert and I were working together, we had these little speaker products, speaker accessories. I took them and I said, I'm going to get these translated into Italian, German, French, Spanish. And I did. And I put them on sale in these different Amazon countries. I couldn't speak the languages. I'm decent at French, but not the others. And what happened? I saw something like this. We had 5 products, let's just say. We started selling them in more markets. So there's France, Germany, Italy, UK, right? Whatever. These are just examples, by the way. So let's say, for example, this was US, UK, Germany, France, Italy, or Spain, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 markets, all selling the same product. So all of a sudden, because we've got more products, we're selling a smaller number, but we're selling them in more markets. We're now making way more sales than the person who was just pushing this one product over here. Makes sense, right? So mental, a lot of things. Number one, all we have to do is find products that can make a small number of daily sales. We then send those products that we found and we branded into multiple countries. So North America and Europe, like we talked about, right? Amazon will hold them in stock for us. And then whenever we made a sale, Amazon would do 90% of the work. Because think about it, like we're just giving Amazon what they want, more choice, more products. Our only goal then was to keep feeding, should say feeding here, feeding the business with products. We then learned the most important and hardest lesson for many Amazon sellers, which is you got to focus on profitability, right? Simple as that. Sales are fine, but profit is where it's at. So here's the thing. Most people teaching Amazon right now, they're teaching you this brand approach where you're just like building this huge brand. We do build a brand as well, but not in the same way. But you're just telling you got to sell so many of this one item. It just doesn't make any sense. And many of them are making no profit because they're doing the Facebook ads, they're doing giveaways, they're going to influencers and begging them to talk about their products, right? They're not making money, and they're getting into the most competitive markets because they're trying to find the most competitive items. And we just go the other way. We got tired of all this BS. We got tired of seeing people giving away products in exchange for possible sales, right? Doesn't make any sense to us. We got tired of seeing people start with the product and then look for customers. We thought start instead with what are people actually buying right now on Amazon, and then what are less competitive products out there that people are buying, and let's just sell lots of them in multiple countries. Then we got tired of people buying items and not breaking down profitability. I've told you before, any of our sales prices, look at 30% of that, and that's what you're putting in your pocket after all is said and done. You're not keeping all the money, right? So if you do 30 grand in sales, you're putting 10 grand in your pocket pretty much per month. Now that's really simple, as you'll see in just a while. Focusing on the number of sales as the only objective. Who cares if you're making 100 sales per day? If you're making no money, right? It's not going to get you to quit your job, give you the freedom you're looking for. Also, people put everything into one product and one market on their own. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is extremely dangerous. Give me a by the way, if you're agreeing with me so far, that this multiple market, multiple product approach, it just makes way more sense, right? Less competitive. You don't have to do anything like the kind of marketing these other people are doing. Give me fours. Getting lots of fours. Good to see. I'm glad you're giving me fours, that it's making sense to you. Awesome. So here's the thing. We realized a lot of stuff. Number one, you don't have to sell hundreds of units of a single item to create success on Amazon. This tactic leaves you stressed, worried, because you're relying on one item to work. We prefer selling multiple products in multiple marketplaces, and you never have to rely on one product ever, or one market ever. So here's what we do. We created something called a rule of five. So let's break down this rule of five. And it's going to blow your mind. We take 5 products, selling everyday products, simple things, plastic shoe boxes, cedar hangers, cowboy carriers, disposable toilets. This kind of stuff is what we're talking about. All right. And by the way, I'll talk about that later on, Christine. Okay, no problem. And by the way, the simplest thing, Christine, is just not to sell those products. All right, if you're worried about plastic and stuff like that, that's my biggest advice to you. Make 5 products, making 5 sales every day each, right? Selling in 5 Amazon markets, and then making an average net profit of $5 every time we make a sale. So that is 5 products, 5 sales per product per country, 5 markets, $5 made every single time we make a sale. Now remember, who remembers how much you're making monthly passively with just 5 products? Type it in the chat box if you remember. I'm going to take a quick drink while you're doing that. Let's see if you remember. Come on now. We said it a minute ago. We said it. Okay, I'm giving you guys a minute. You're guessing. I'll tell you the answer. Yep. You got a load of correct answers, and well done. Holly is first off with the right answer. It is $18,750 net profit, okay? Awesome. So with over 500 million customers then, could you make 5 sales per day with a product? Absolutely, and we're getting lots of cool little emojis there from Holly. Awesome. So maybe you're thinking, oh, and by the way, yes, that's net profit, Marlene. Absolutely net profit. Because remember, it's 5 products, 5 countries, 5 sales per day per product per country, an average net profit of $5. So yeah, already 20 grand in your pocket. So maybe you're thinking it's hard to find products like this. Absolutely not. You're only looking to make 5 sales per day in the country. Not hard. I've got to be passionate about the items I sell. Well, no, but if you want to be, fine, but you don't have to be. Next, I've got to be a pro advertiser to make sales. Well, if you're trying to sell the products the other people are teaching you to sell, sure. But when you're trying to make 5 sales per day, absolutely not. Sometimes you don't even need to do any Amazon advertising, and you absolutely can still get there. You've done it many times. Maybe you're thinking it's going to take years to create a full-time income. No, because just sell more products in more countries, small number, you can make a lot of money. I'll only make money for a few months with my items. No, because think about it. You're not selling the sexy items. You're not selling the super competitive items. You're selling boring stuff that nobody's looking at right now because they don't have the right business model. They're all chasing the wrong thing. So that's how we make $18,750 in net profit with just 5 products. Very simple, I'm sure you'll agree. Here's an example of Greg. He's an awesome guy in our group as well. Look, this is one day, $12,477, and by the end of the day, $28,500, right? That was Cyber Monday now, but still awesome. So let's keep going. Four-step process then to find these types of products. Let's get through it. So again, I think a lot of people have a lot of beliefs out there. I used to think that finding products was hard. I thought there was like a magical software that could just come in and tell me what to sell. And a lot of people use these kind of tools now. I also thought there was a lot of competition and the market was saturated. You know, people that tell me that Amazon's saturated, it's so hilarious because how can something be saturated if it's only doing like 12.5% of total retail sales are happening online? It's impossible to be saturated. More and more people are coming on all the time. The problem for pretty much everybody out there is they're all following the wrong business strategy. They're all trying to sell overly competitive items because that's what we're told. That's the way to be successful. What's much better though is just selling a smaller number of products in more countries and making real money. You never put your head over the big competitors then, and you just sell more and more and more products. Eventually you could amass 20 products in your business, 50 products in your business, and you could be making a ton of money doing that, and you're not being looked at. So as well as that, let's keep going. Sorry. So remember, Amazon, huge market, like we talked about. I just wanted to kind of reiterate that. But anyway, this is the old way of doing things. This is what I used to do. Please do not do this, but this is what a lot of people are going to teach you to do. They're going to teach you to use a software tool that will tell you what's selling. This is exactly what I did. I said, give me the hot products, give me the ones that are making all the money. I then went and I found a supplier. This is the part I did correctly, by the way. I did this part wrong. I just picked a product that was a hot product, my canvas wardrobe. I then went here and I found a cream canvas wardrobe. Now I made a mistake here because I didn't find something that looked cosmetically different. But anyway, that's what I did. But it was kind of correct. Anyway, this is where I went wrong. This is where things went south. I didn't calculate my profitability. I didn't check the dimensions of the product, the weight of the product. I had no idea that was important. So basically I was making profit, but I made it by accident. So I rushed to order the item and start importing it. Now, I wasn't doubling my money per sale, but I was making enough that it would have been somewhat interesting. But as you know, what happened next was I got my product into stock, my wardrobe. I listed it on Amazon. I used the manufacturer images. Please just never do that. All of a sudden, hundreds of the same item appeared. They didn't just appear, though. I was selling something that was too competitive. So I had to slash my prices for this hot item, and I made no profit, but I did get my money back, as I mentioned to you at the top of the call today. So the old way failed me because I didn't have a way to validate items. Validate is so important. And what validate means is you can know before you launch something, you have a phenomenally good chance of succeeding. And that is what I'm going to show you in just a second. And I was using the same software, by the way, searching for the same items, using the same narrow methods that everybody else was doing. And we don't do that. We do use our own software to log our research, but we actually go into Amazon, we go through the top sellers, and we start jumping off the top sellers and seeing what are related products to these. We don't want to sell the top sellers. What are related products that are making sales every single day, that are just, they've got bad listings, they got a bad offer, etc., that we can improve upon. At a simple level, that's what we do. I'll show you that in a second. And unfortunately, the way I used to do things, that's still how everyone else is doing it. They're all using software tools. They're all choosing the exact same parameters, and they're not being successful. So we do not confine ourselves to one niche. You and we can sell anything. You could be selling random different products in your business because it doesn't matter. You're just going to the market and you're understanding, well, people want to buy plastic shoe boxes. They want to buy cardboard carriers. They want to buy clothes covers. They want to buy cedar hangers. They want to buy all these different things. And so it's not about having this one brand that's all in the one category. It's about looking at the market like a stock market and selling things in demand. Does everybody understand that? Give me a 5 if you get that stock market analogy I'm talking about. So again, we learn what sells in a market. We don't rely on a tool. We sell our products in multiple markets at the same time. We sell any size product. It doesn't have to be small and light. It can be any size whatsoever. And by the way, I appreciate all the 5s. Thank you very much. And so we fulfill demand for products where competition is low and the product is boring, not trendy in any way. And yes, boring, ladies and gentlemen, is a very good thing. All right? So that's the strategy at a very base level. So the key is to learn how to fish. I got to teach you how to fish so you can replicate your own success over and over again. So these are the kind of hot item products. You've probably seen these before. The silicone spatulas. Look at this. Over 25,710 results for kitchen spatula on Amazon. It's just too competitive. Then people will tell you, oh, sell these, silicone barbecue grill gloves. Bad idea. 16,629 products of barbecue gloves on Amazon. These kinds of articles are the problem. And I'm not attacking this company, but these are the kinds of problems the articles that are the problem. They have 100 different items you should be selling. But everybody's looking at the elastic exercise bands. They're looking at the pet grooming brush. They're looking at the grill mat. They're looking at the vegetable spiralizer. And they're all selling the same damn thing. Because it's just easy. I just told you what to sell. I'm never going to tell you what to sell, but I'm going to show you how to find what you should sell. Very important. And by the way, if you sold this spiralizer, this is actually owned by As Seen on TV. And so these people are recommending you should sell this, but this is actually a patented product. You will go to court if you sell this because it's patented by this company. So again, we're not going to teach you to do any of this stuff. You're going to sell simple products every day. Every one of these items is too competitive. It's as simple as that. So you got to shift your focus away from, I don't want to sell something that's still going to do 100 units a day. I want to sell a small number of units in a number of markets, and I want to build my business doing that. And so you've got to commit 100% to selling boring products. So how do you find these types of items? Good question. There's 4 steps. We start with viability. So what we do is we go to Amazon. We go to any of these main categories. They change names all the time. Let's say home gardening tools. We click into that. And then what we do is we go to the top 100 and we start to see, okay, what can we sell within the top 100? What's viable? In other words, is it hazardous? If it's hazardous, we can't sell it. We won't sell it. But we find items that we can sell. And then what we do is we click into those items and we start to see, okay, we can sell it. Should we sell that? Well, that's step 2. So then what we start to do is we see, okay, let's log this item in our research. And then what we do is we look at logic. Should we sell it? So should we sell this aluminium commercial baker's half sheet? So we analyze 6 listing elements to get a sense for how strong the offer is and how strong the competition is. Because what we do is we would take, say, a commercial baker's sheet and we would put it into Amazon and we would see if there are less than 10,000 results for that term, then that looks interesting. Then we look at the 6 listing elements and we see how strong is that offer, right? If it's really strong, we're not going to do it. So we look at, say, well, are Amazon shipping it? Is it FBA? Or is the person shipping it themselves? If the person shipping it themselves, they're not using Amazon, that's awesome. That's a competitive advantage for us. Let's say the listing quality was really poor. In other words, like this listing had like 3 words in it. These bullet points were really poor. They were not detailed. These images were really bad. We mark this up as follows. Then we look at the sales price. We look to see, are they doing any bonuses with the product? Is it a huge brand? Does it have big brand equity? Is it well known? Is it like a Black & Decker? And basically, our software generates a score. So we're able to see how good that product is, how competitive it is, and we look at the competition as well. Then if that all stacks up and our score gives us, basically if it's anywhere from a 9 or more, and again, there's the whole algorithm in the tool, we then know, well, yeah, look, it looks good. But if you just went to Amazon now, if you saw the search term had less than 10,000 results, number 1, and the listing wasn't good, and there wasn't pages and pages of the same item, you know you've got a potential product at a simple level. Then we go to profitability. So what we do is we have a tool, and you basically put in the dimensions, how big the product is, how heavy it is, the cost price from the supplier. We look at what the sales price should be that we're going to sell for, and how we get that is we see, well, what's the main top competitor selling for, and we basically sell at that price. And that gives us then what we call a profit on investment or profit on return. At a very basic level, what we do is we work out the profitability before we even consider placing an order. So before your item is even sampled, you will know to the penny or the cent how much profit you're going to make. So you're going to be confident. You're going to know you're going to double your money or more. So this is the POI thing I talked about a second ago. If it says 204%, that means for every dollar we would put in, we'll get $3 back into this example. Let's say the POI was 100%. We would take $1 and turn it into 2, or 3 into 6, 5 into 10, so on and so forth. We want this POI figure to be over 100%. And this is almost the same as like ROI, like return on investment, right? Now, I'm not going to get into the calculations of it tonight. We teach all that in the program. I just want to get your mind in the right gear of what you're going to be doing. So as long as the POI is 100% or more, we're doubling our money. We move to the last stage, which is simply investability. And all we do is we go to the supplier and we basically say, look, we want to try out this product. We want to make sure we're going to be successful with it. So whatever your minimum order is, let's say they say to us, you have to order 500 units. We would say, we want to order 60% of that. So we would say, we want to order 300 of that or 200 of that, or whatever the case may be, just to try it out. So that's the goal. So you're going to be putting down in your first product anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 to get it into stock. But remember, you're looking to double that money at least. So obviously you can start at a very low level and then scale up. Simple as that. So does it work? There's another example of Gary. As you can see here, this guy's doing 100 grand a month every 30 days on Amazon. Just more proof elements. Here's Martin. He's doing over $3,000 a day now. This stuff flat out works, everybody. All right. So that was the 4-step process of finding products so you can understand it in more detail. I wish I could go into more detail and showing you how it all works and doing screen shares and all that. I don't have time tonight, but as I did mention, I'm going to let you join our program. You don't have to put any money down tonight, so you can get in and start learning this evening, and you don't have to worry about putting any money into this to start. Okay, that's awesome. Anyway, secret 3. Why using savings, your own capital, to start your business is better than leaving it in the bank. Now, I want to just dispel a lot of myths before we get into this. I want you to know something. When you put your money into your first products, that's to get the ball rolling. When you find products that are doing well, that are selling every single month, even at a low level, now you have something you can get funded. If you're in a situation where you have no business right now, no one's going to fund you anyway. Now, so that's something you got to remember. But when you just get this off the ground, you just get that ball rolling in a very short period of time, you can use other people's money to grow your business because you've got something that's working now. That makes sense? Give me a got it if that makes sense. That you can use other people's money when you get the ball rolling. That's very important because that's how you're going to scale your business with time. But anyway, awesome, getting lots of got it's. When I started, I used to try slash expenses to make more money, right? Stop with the latte, stop with the lunches out. I had no idea that my savings actually lost money. I got bad news for all of you listening tonight. Your savings are unfortunately worthless. Now, they're important to have there for a rainy day, yes. But in terms of a money-making thing, they cannot make you money. You're getting less than 1% with a bank. It's just not doable. So everyone around me, where I'm from in Ireland, was saving to get a mortgage. Nobody else wanted the freedom that I was looking for. Nobody understood what I was trying to do. You might be in the exact same situation in your own world, right? So my default sentence was always I can't afford it. And I didn't think in a way that was going to help me afford things. So the book that changed my life was Rich Dad Poor Dad, like I just talked about. And my goal was passive income. And that book started to teach me how to understand passive income. But I didn't know initially how to achieve it. So here's kind of some of the stuff I learned. Number one, it taught me that I was basically using my money to just basically buy liabilities all the time. So I bought a car, liability. I made no money from the car, right? I bought branded clothes, massive liability. I paid my rent. That was actually a liability. I paid for holidays, liability. I spent my money on smartphones and tech. All of that was liabilities, right? Now, you might be in the same situation. And again, it's not your fault. We've not been taught how to be business owners in our lives. We've been taught how to be consumers. So I trained myself, like a lot of people and yourself as well, probably, to think that money out meant money gone. Who here, give me like let's go back to 1 again. Give me a 1 if that makes sense. Money out equals money gone. Do you feel that way? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, lots of 1s, right? Totally understand that. So the solution to this problem, I'm going to give it to you right now. It was this. You've got to flip the game. And you've got to start buying assets and having assets work for you. So we said the rich buy assets. The poor have expenses. The middle class buy liabilities that they think are assets. So the poor and middle class work for money every day for the rest of their lives. The rich have money work for them. Wow. Amazing. So buying assets then and selling them is your number 1 goal for the rest of your life. And if all you do is focus on buying, creating, and selling assets, and an asset being, for example, an Amazon product, a product on Amazon, that's how you become wealthy. So here's some truths to passive income and really getting the freedom you're looking for. Number 1, you've got to be prepared to invest in the assets to generate the income. This is a chicken and egg question. You can't have freedom without having put something into the business. It's like when a bird is learning to fly, when it jumps out of the nest for the first time, what's it going to do? It's going to go down straight away. But that's what's expected because it has to go down to catch the wind, to catch flight, to then soar into the sky. Same thing here. You've got to first have a downward movement in capital to generate an asset that's going to pay you for a long time. Secondly, you've got to understand the power of doubling a dollar, a pound, a euro, wherever you're from, over time. You've got to ignore people telling you, oh, here's a 100 grand business in the next 30 days. Here's a Lamborghini lifestyle. Here's living on the beach forever and you don't have to worry about anything and all that jazz. Like, you can have the freedom you're looking for, but you got to have the assets in place to pay you over and over again. And you got to see that even things like drop shipping, and drop shipping, for those of you who don't understand, is you basically have a website or whatever of your own, or you use Amazon. You basically find somebody else who has that product in stock. You list it on your own site. You find a way to get people onto that site, and then you sell that product. And whenever it sells, you then tell that person, send that product to that person on my behalf. Look, it's a tiny return business. Very hard to make it work. You're much better taking ownership of the product. Much better. So you got to understand the concept of a front-loaded business. And by the way, even drop shipping, you need money for Facebook ads, websites, all of that. You still need thousands of dollars in that business. This business, you can get started $1,000 to $3,000. You can get into the game, and then you can multiply from there. You're not going to get to, like you guys told me earlier on, you want to make 5K, 10K, 40K a month. You're not going to do that unless you're prepared to invest. It's not realistic. We all know that, right? So a front-loaded business then, you buy assets, right? An Amazon product, and you earn income from selling those products over and over and over again, utilizing Amazon to ship those products out on your behalf. That is the big epiphany for all of you. So the key to buying assets is to focus on increasing your income, not slashing expenses. What do I mean by that? Look, if you've got capital right now sitting around, you got to get in the game, get it multiplying, because it's not multiplying sitting in a bank. It's the worst thing you can do, right? Money wants to multiply. You gotta have a way to do that. So how can you increase your income? I'm going to tell you 3 ways, just for anybody here. And most of you, this will not be an issue for you, but I want to just make it abundantly clear. There are no excuses to not having your freedom. All right. So Christopher, yeah, it's different from dropshipping because think about it, Christopher, right? You're buying the product yourself from the Far East. You're branding it yourself. You're then bringing it over to the US or to Europe, and you're then putting it into stock in Amazon. People are buying it from you. Amazon are shipping it out on your behalf. If you were drop shipping, you wouldn't buy multiple units of the product. You wouldn't be shipping it in yourself. You wouldn't have your own brand, most likely. You'd be selling something else that somebody else owns. You wouldn't take any ownership of the stock. It's a bad position to be in. So this is kind of like drop shipping, but you have much more control and you own the brand, you own the products, right? You're in a much better situation. Simple as that. You got to understand that. So how I increase my income, for anybody who's like, oh, I can't get started, you can. Here's what I did. I went to companies who had stock that were lying around. As I started to learn from Robert, Robert was one of my clients. I then asked them, could I buy their stock for pennies on the dollar, cents on the euro, whatever, just to get the products off of them, and I'll just take care of it. I'll sell it on eBay. I'll sell it on these other sites. And they were happy because that was dead stock to them. So I made money that way. Second way, I learned skills I could offer other companies. I learned I was good at writing. So I learned copywriting, which is basically just writing emails for companies, writing pages on their website, etc. So I went to Upwork. You can do this right now. If you've got a skill, even if you can just type, if that's a skill. I took on a small number of clients. I didn't make very much money, but what did I do from 2 of these things? I started putting money into my pocket. I got rid of the excuses. And third, I took an extra job in the evening. I worked in a bar while I was learning from Robert, all that 9 years ago now. This gave me an extra income to pay my bills while I accumulated cash doing the other 2 things. And then for you right now, like there's all these cool other side hustles out there like Uber, Lyft. You could be driving home from work and just turn on the app and make some money. So there's just no excuse, because if you can raise $25 to $50 a day, you're golden. And you can do that with relative ease if you want to trade skills or just do these simple things like Uber and Lyft. So if you can do $50 or 60 days, you're raising $3,000. And that means you got more than enough to launch 2 products. I would say almost all of you have enough money now to launch at least 2 products. But what you need is you need the skills and the knowledge to know how to get the right products and get your business up and off the ground, okay? So savings are worthless. As you can see here, you're getting less than 1%. It's a joke. You cannot just leave your money in the bank and hope you're going to be financially successful. You're not going to be financially free without these skills. So I want to break down a $10,000 income for you now to show you how simple it is to get there. Did I say easy? No, but it's absolutely simple. So let's go through that. So if you want to make 10K per month, you got to be making $333 per day in profit, right? Like we talked about. That means, let's say you have an average product profit then of $5. You're selling your own branded item. You're making $5 every time you sell it, like in your pocket. So that means you need 66 sales in total per day to get to $10,000 per month in revenue. Sorry, in profit. I'm all over the place. Profit. There we go. With 5 products, that means you need 13 sales per product to get to 10K in your pocket. Realistic, right? If you split that then across more than one country, less than 3 sales per day. Like that is achievable, everybody. And if you don't believe that's achievable, we got to work on your mindset right away. That is so achievable. Let's say you want to make 5K per month. Well, that's $166 per day in net profit. An average profit, $5 again. That means you got to make 33 sales per day. Again, let's imagine we've got 5 items. We're making 7 sales per product. And then if we split them over each of the 5 marketplaces, so we didn't just sell in one country, that's it's just over 1 sale per day, right? So could you make 1 sale per day? Give me a yes or no in the chat box. If you believe, look, I could make 1 sale per day of each of these, of 5 products. Yes, like I could. If I had the right help and support, absolutely I could. So yes, we're getting yeses. Awesome. So Ahmed, Hassan, Christine, Holly, everyone, awesome. Delighted that you're saying that. Very important. So look, these are the things we covered on the training tonight. We're nearly at the hour mark, so I'm gonna change tack and help get you guys started in just a second. But look, we talked about how to make 18,750 with 5 products. So I showed you the business model, the multi-country business model. We broke down how we find products. We talked about make 1 to 3K to get your business launched. We talked about the kinds of items we sell. You know, we don't sell the supplements, we sell cardboard carriers, we sell these odd products, right? We only want to make a small number of sales per day. We also said why 99% of other people would never consider selling these items is why? Well, it's because they're all trying to sell these other products that are making 100, 200 sales per day. We're not interested in that. Also, we talked about investing in the business and why you've got to build assets if you want to be free. If you don't have assets, you can't be free. It's as simple as that. Even if you're, a service provider, like you're never really free because you always have to provide the service to get the money. All right. So I want to ask you guys a question. Just give me like give me like a 7 in the chat box if you feel like a little bit like this person here. A lot of information. It sounds good, but you feel a little bit overwhelmed, right? And I understand if you do, because I know I talk fast. I have to get everything in. So Christine's laughing. So yeah, absolutely. 3, I like that, Daniel. So you're a 3, so that means you are an expert and you're ready to roll. So that's good. So look, I understand that. What I'm going to do now is, look, I mentioned earlier on that I'm going to give you a way to get started with ourselves for no money down. And I'm absolutely going to do that. I'm going to show you how. But before I do that, I want to show you what you're going to get when you enroll with Marketplace Superheroes and how we can work with you to help you get this done. And I'm going to let you try everything I'm going to show you for the next 7 days for no money. And if you love it, which all of you will, you'll stay in the program, and that's fine. And if it's not for you, you just email us, we cancel your trial, and that's it, said and done. Very fair, right? So let me go through it and show you what we can do to help you. Christopher, okay. I'll answer your question. Thanks for answering my question. Are other platforms you can be contacted on or just email? Well, yeah, email is probably the best, Christopher. Honestly, we've like 4,000 clients, so it's hard for me to respond to everybody individually. So ask your questions here, and I'll answer them as best I can as we go right now, okay? So let's go through it. The first thing you're going to get access to this evening is our proven system. So we got our core program. As you can see, we've got 2 phases. Phase 1 is finding your products, getting your mindset right. finding the correct suppliers, all of that. Then phase two, getting your business set up, getting your products imported, getting your products into Amazon, getting the right listings done on Amazon, show you how to market it, show you how to convert more people into customers. We then show you how to go global, and we show you how to manage your account and basically just run the business day to day. And it's everything you need to get launched in this business. To go from 0 to 1, okay? So that's the first element you're going to get access to. So that's going to show you how to find these kinds of products I talked about in detail. You're going to then know the exact products you can brand and sell. You're going to know how to work with the right suppliers who've been in business for years. We also, by the way, you're going to get access to our community of thousands of fellow students and coaches as well. And also, Megan, if you're already selling products, that's completely fine. You can look at our process and you can see, well, am I selling the right products? And more importantly, you can take the products that you're selling right now and expand them into more markets initially, while then taking our process to then add more products to your business. So absolutely, if you're already selling products, get in the program, because remember, you can ask questions in the community and we can help you with those items as best we possibly can. So set up your business so that you can sell globally no matter where you live, and we'll show you how to get your business from startup to 7 figures in revenue, even without experience. All right, that's absolutely what you're going to learn. So it works for people who've never started an online business before. If you're already selling on Amazon, we're going to give you a new way to succeed, a simpler way to succeed, a way that's going to work for the next years rather than something that's going to be there for a little while, it gets too competitive, then it's gone. Let me take a quick drink. So if you want to supplement your full-time income and create freedom, awesome. It's going to work for you. Maybe you're selling on eBay or Shopify or something. You want to go global on those platforms and learn how we do the Amazon business the way we do it, awesome, it's for you. If you're a professional, an accountant, attorney, lawyer, painter, decorator, right? Any kind of profession, and you're in it, you're basically, anytime you get money, you got to work for it. I'm going to show you how to break the time for money trap and basically build a business that can pay you every single day. Megan, let's see. If you're already VAT registered, that doesn't matter at all, Megan. That's completely fine. You may not need to be VAT registered. Where are you located, Megan? Just tell me very briefly, and I'll come back to your question. You may not need to be VAT registered. So what you're going to get then is you're going to get access to the core system, United States. Okay, cool. So if you're VAT registered, you need to get in the program, because we need to make sure you're set up correctly. The likelihood is if you're in the US and you're selling in Europe, you're not set up correctly. We can show you how to do that the right way. We're not going to run into any issues. We can make it very simple for you. So get in. Yeah, it's EU. Absolutely. So if you're selling with like an LLC or something, you shouldn't be doing that. We can show you how to do it the correct way. We can give you the context that you need. So you definitely need to get in and learn to do this the right way, Megan. So I would definitely get in for free tonight and start learning. And you can ask questions in the community and all of that. All right, cool. So that's the total value. Look, you're not going to invest anything close to that. Like I said, I'm going to talk about the values though, because it's important. Now, before I get into that, if you're worried about finding your first product or anything like that, don't be worried, because the first phase of the program is all about how we find products the way we do it. And it doesn't matter if you're a veteran. There's people in our program, by the way, who are already doing 100K per month. They came into our program, they changed how they did business because they saw our way was a much better way. And that could be the same thing for you, even for you, Megan, right? So remember, Clyde, another 2 years, this is where this guy got to. This stuff works. What else do you need? Software. This is our 4S product gauntlet software you see on screen right now. This basically guides you through each stage of the product research process. So it's search, shortlist, select, source. This guides you through every step. It does what I told you. You put the information in, it gives you the score, it tells you how profitable things are, all of that. You get access to this for life as well. Okay? So you can say goodbye to like research tools with anecdotal data and all that. All the spreadsheets in the world trying to track your information, track your research. Amazon's not so helpful profit calculator. That doesn't take into consideration import costs or anything like that. We'll say goodbye to that. Goodbye to the fear you lose your research if your computer crashes, right? Goodbye to buying any old product and getting into overly competitive markets. Goodbye to all those things. Now, if you're worried about selling the same items, look, I got news for you. There are over 500 million items for sale on Amazon at the moment. So when you sell products that are not as competitive that will teach you to do, you got to understand there are millions of products you can sell. Even if you sell the same item as somebody else, you'll likely have a different offer. It'll look cosmetically different. And let's face it, When have you ever gone to Amazon and typed in a product and only seen one search result? It never happens because people they want choice, they want selection, they want variation. Amazon want the same thing. So don't worry about that kind of stuff. That's very much what I used to worry about when I started. But when you get into business, you realize there's tons of similar products being sold and there's a market for all of them because of the variations. Okay? So this is what you're getting. The core system and the research tools. That's the value. That's not what you're going to invest. So let's say you did put in $4,000, just for the sake of talking now. And all it did was it actually helped you build a business that helped you bring in 1 to 2K every single month. Would it be worth it? Well, yeah, because you're making 24K a year in your pocket for $4,000. Makes sense. Maybe, if it helped you finally prove to everyone around you that's doubted you, maybe you're doubting yourself too, you can actually do this. It would be worth it. If it gave you the knowledge and the confidence and the ability to understand you can quit your job, you can build freedom, maybe not today, but you can do it in the very near future, would it be worth it? Absolutely, because for $4,000 to quit your job, I would have paid that in a heartbeat back in the day if I had the option. So we had two choices with this program. Look, make it cheap, stack it high, and just whatever, come in and figure it out. That never made sense to us because our goal here is to give you the best program in the world, the best community. We want to give you the mentors in our community who can answer your questions around the clock, which we have, by the way. And we want to make your dream and your business a reality. And also, we need to work with you all long term, as I mentioned, because we've got freight services that we put on. We've warehouses in Houston, we've warehouses in Europe, we've warehouses in Australia now. We need successful sellers long term. So we are in this with you 100%. If you're not successful, we're not successful. So we got to create a great program to do that. So here's another case study of Catherine. Catherine's in Australia, and this is her first 30 days. And I just realized looking at this now, it's really hard to see. But in her first 30 days, she did almost $4,000, which is awesome. And her story is a great example of people like yourself, never had this kind of business before. She heard my story on the Mixergy podcast a long time ago and basically wanted to get into the business. So, she got everything going, took her 2 months to do it. And, she's making money, 4K in her first 30 days. That's awesome. So let's ask some real questions. Number one, can you pick the right products? Yes. Can you pick the right suppliers with our help? Absolutely. Can you make sales with Amazon's traffic? Absolutely. Can you get near immediate help? Absolutely, in our community. So how can we make your results a certainty? Well, let's give you the community then. This is our community, actually over 4,200 people now. This was taken pretty recently. We're going to give you lifetime access to our mastermind. So you're getting the core system, all that education, the software tool, lifetime access to our Facebook mastermind. Total value over $4,000. What else can we give you? We want to make sure this is the only program you need. We're going to give you this first bonus. We call it our 100 product system. This is basically an express tutorial with Robert. It's going to show you how to find 100 product ideas in the next 7 days. So don't worry about product ideas. You're going to have too many, okay? So this is what you're getting, the core system, the tool, the lifetime access to the mastermind, and now you're getting the 100 product system. Total value over $5,000. All right, so this second bonus we're going to give you to make your journey to Amazon success a lot simpler is we're going to give you 6 months access to our twice weekly group coaching calls. So ourselves and our mentors, typically our mentors are on a little more than ourselves, they come on every single week. These are all people with established successful Amazon businesses, and they are going to work with you in a group setting to help you get your business to where it is you want and need it to be. So let's say you're having trouble finding products, we can help you with that. Let's say you're having trouble speaking to suppliers, we can help you with that. Let's say you're having trouble finding something in the program, we can help you with that. You get this every single week, 2 calls a week for a total of 6 months. So, this is something we reserve only for our higher levels of coaching programs. But because you're such valuable attendees and people that we really want to work with, and also because we really respect Luke and John so much, we've decided that we're going to add this in especially for you guys. But you can only get it when you join through Luke and John's link. You cannot get it anywhere else. So this is something exclusive to all of you tonight. So make sure you get in to access this. So here's what you're going to get access to. Number one, the entire core system, the entire end-to-end education system. It's going to teach you how to build a 5 to 7 figure global Amazon business from complete scratch. We're giving you lifetime access to our 4S software tool suite. This is absolutely critical to your success on Amazon, as you've seen from the earlier pieces of the training tonight. We're going to give you lifetime access to our Facebook mastermind, which honestly, people have enrolled in this program just to get into the group. It's so good. All of our mentors are there. I'm there. Robert is there. You're in coaching every single week. We're going to give you our 100 products in 7 days or less system so that within the next 7 days, you're going to have 100 product ideas. That's enough to get your business up and off the ground. And now you're getting 6 months of live, twice weekly coaching calls, all right? Huge value here, almost $8,000. And remember, that's not what you're investing tonight, but that is the value. Now, we've added in some other amazing things for you. We're going to give you a Marketplace Superheroes business setup call. This call is where one of our team, this is Lorraine on the left here, is one of our team members. They're going to get on a call with you, and they're going to make sure that you get access to everything in the program. They're going to make sure that you understand what it is you're going to be doing next, and basically just give you a good feel for how you can become successful with the program. The problem with a lot of online programs is they don't have people that actually come on and work with you one-to-one and give you that jump start that you need. We're going to give you that tonight as a really big thank you for joining tonight. So here's what you're going to get access to. You're going to get access to the Marketplace Superheroes core system, lifetime access to our 4S software tool, lifetime access to our Facebook mastermind, our 100 products in 7 days or less, 100 ideas in 7 days or less system, and 6 months now live twice weekly coaching, as well as the Marketplace Superheroes business setup call. All right, so it's getting pretty crazy now. Massive value here. Again, this is not the investment, it's a fraction of that, but we're just really building up the value to show you you're really getting an end-to-end business system here, as well as the help and support that you need to get it implemented. We're also going to give you a keyword and listing critique. This is critical, especially when you get your listing up and onto Amazon. This is one of our coaches, Misha. It could be a different coach. We're going to basically pre-record a video for you. You're going to give us your listing. We're going to pre-record a video for you where basically we go and we look at your images, your title, your bullets, your description, and break down what's good about them, what's not good about them, how can you improve them, how can you increase conversions, and everything in between. This is end-to-end help on your listings to make sure that you're making the most amount of money possible. We're also going to give you 2 expert validations. Now, what is this? Well, it's kind of cut off at the bottom here, but it depends who does them. I do them sometimes, other coach members do them other times. Basically, you're trying to choose a product that you want to sell. You're trying to choose one from the other, trying to choose what's the best option for you at any given moment. Well, you can send us in two different products that you're considering doing. We will look at those products and we will break down on a video for you why they're good, why they're not good, and we're really looking at it as if we're your business partner, and we're saying whether or not we would do it if we were partnering with you on that product or on those products. So it's really valuable. This is worth a lot of money, and this is something that's really going to help you avoid a lot of mistakes, which is something that everybody's looking to do early on with this business. So that is the 5th bonus, 2 expert validations. So what you're going to get, and remember, you cannot get this offer anywhere else. I'm telling you that right now. It's only available here through Luke and John. Number 1, the core system, lifetime access to the 4S software tool, lifetime access to our Facebook mastermind, 100 product ideas in 7 days or less system, 6 months, live twice weekly coaching calls, Marketplace Superheroes business setup call, listing and keyword critique, and 2 expert validations. Total value, $10,476. Again, fraction of this, a really small fraction, by the way. And it's just to show you, look, honestly, if you paid 10 grand for it, it would be worth it. So also, one final huge bonus, and this is something we only added in lately. How can you get your money back on the program in your first 30 days? And this is what we call our Marketplace Superheroes referral partnership bonus. You only get this when you're a member of our programs. Nobody else can actually do this. And what's going to happen is every time you refer a sale to Marketplace Superheroes, you're going to get about $448. So if you message 20 friends, 10 are interested, and you speak to 3 and they decide to enroll in the program, that's over $1,300 back for you. Now, that's more than the enrollment in the program, more than the cost. I just want to let you know that money's not an issue here. You can absolutely get your money back very, very quickly without even doing anything with the program. if you tell people that you're going through this journey, this is what you're doing, this is what you're implementing. Hey, you should come on the journey too. But I can't really, there's no point in me sharing my login. You might as well get into the program, get the help that you need, the support that you need because it's your own business. People get that. And they're more than happy to join, and they're more than happy to join through you as well if you offer a little bit of an incentive. So maybe you decide to create a little local meetup group or something like that. You say, well, when you enroll and you join through here, I'll actually work with you. Let's work together and let's keep each other company, let's keep each other motivated, etc. So as I say here, even if you help only one person roll per month, look, you're still hundreds of percent better off than when you started, okay? So here's what you're getting. The core system, lifetime access to our 4S software tool, lifetime access to our Facebook mastermind, 100 product ideas in 7 days or less system, 6 months of live twice weekly coaching calls, Marketplace Superheroes business setup call with one of our experts, a keyword and listing critique for one of your listings, and finally 2 expert validations. And of course, the big bonus is our partnership bonus, which again, just literally like just people out there who just talk about the program for the first while and just to get their investment back and off they go. And also then remember, you can keep on referring people as time goes on. So it's a huge bonus. All right, so the good news is you're not going to have to invest what we would call the official investment, which is $19.97. But again, because you came here this evening, you took the time out to listen to everything I've said so far, and also because you know Luke and John, and they're people that we really respect, and we really look forward to working with you after working with them to add another additional income stream to your Amazon business. You can get started from just $397. That's 3 payments of $397. Now to get access, you go to marketplacesuperheroes.com/BP-go. Now this will also be in the chat right now. So let's just get that in there right now. All right, cool. So it's in your chat right now and go to webinar. If it's not there, just let us know, put it in the question, and we'll get it there for you right now. You can also save 20% and get access for 1 payment of $997. That's access to everything that we've talked about so far, including all of the bonuses. Now, I do have something else for those of you who are here right now live, and it's only for those of you who are here live, and it's only when you jump in this evening that I'm going to give you a huge additional bonus in just a minute for being here. So let's keep going. Now, if you want to stay on the fence, that's fine, but you're going to pay a lot more money down the line for this program if you don't get in this evening. We've got a lot of things that we've added in here, like the group coaching and the validations and all these different pieces. You can't get these anywhere else. These are additional things that cost a lot more. But again, we put them in this package tonight just for you because you know Luke and John, and we really want to help you guys out. And we want to add this private label aspect to your Amazon business, not just your book business on Amazon, okay? Now, if you don't mind losing, honestly, way more than $2,000 in real bonuses, well, stay on the fence. That's all you can do there. If you don't mind losing money in trial and error, here's the thing. Trial and error are the 2 most costly things you can possibly have in your life and in your business. Simple as that. Why? Because you're wasting time, like it says here on the next point. You're wasting months, you're wasting years. You're also wasting a lot of money because you're trying out different things that may or may not work. We can tell you what works. We can cut that learning curve right down so that you can just get to what works. And that's why you invest in a program like this. That's why you invest in mentors. That's why you get access to all the things we talked about tonight. It helps you get results a lot faster. And finally, if you don't mind rolling the dice versus just getting this handled, stay on the fence. Here's the thing. You can get this aspect of your business up and running in a very short period of time. You can have your products found and ordered in your first 30 days when you apply yourself, okay? And that can really add so much more income to your life in the long term. But if you don't want to get it handled, you want to stay on the fence, you're just not going to get the results that you're looking for. So my advice, get in the program because this is a guaranteed investment, and I'll cover that in a sec. We've actually got 3 guarantees, which is over the top. It's over the top for a reason, because we want you to come in feeling confident, comfortable, and ready to take the program on. It's pretty simple at this point. You got 2 choices. Number 1, do nothing, because that's a choice. Don't take this 100% guaranteed offer. I'm going to explain in a sec. Stay where you are and don't move forward. But again, the reason you're all here tonight, and I talked to you early on and asked you about where you want to be in your life and in your business, the reason you're here is because you're not happy with where you are. You're not happy with the situation you're in, and you're looking to create a much more positive and empowered future for yourself and your family. And the way that you're going to do that is by getting into a program like this and moving forward and changing your situation. Now, the second option is make a minor investment in yourself today. And if it's not for you, no worries, because there's no risk whatsoever. I will never have you stay in a program that's not for you. Now, obviously, there are simple conditions around that. We don't make you jump through any hoops or anything like that. We make it really simple. If the program's not for you, there's no point being here. But on the other hand, if the program is for you, and it's going to be for so many of you on the call right now, you owe it to yourself, your family, and your future to get into the program. So, the first guarantee is, we call it the "you'll love it" guarantee. So if you don't believe that this is the absolute best investment you've made in yourself and your business, here's what I want you to do. Email us within the first 30 days of your membership, and we're going to give you back 100% of your money. It's totally ironclad, totally solid, and it's backed up by credit card companies. You know how it is. These guys protect you really well, and that's a great thing. So again, this is a completely protected thing. You have nothing to worry about. If it's not for you, then just send us an email and we'll give you your money back. The second guarantee is, we call it the winner. If you go through the program, you do the exercises that we set out for you, and after 60 days, you somehow, I don't know how, but you've not been able to find a product idea, which is unthinkable, get in touch with us and we'll have a coach work with you until you find one. You simply can't lose. The risk's actually on us, because when you come into the program, again, one of the bonuses we gave you was 100 product ideas in 7 days or less. So in that first 7 days, you're going to have at least 100 ideas. And even if you don't hit 100, you hit 50, still 50 product ideas that you can move forward with. So if you can't find one, that's unthinkable. But if you can't, we're going to be there to help you and make sure that you do find one. The third guarantee is, we call it the "you are invincible" guarantee. And this is insane. And here's the thing. If you purchase a product and you're not making sales after being in stock for 6 months, so you got a whole 6 months to be in stock, if it's not working, we'll get the product moving. We'll help you out. Now, if it still doesn't get moving to an agreed level after that, we're going to buy the product back from you. This relates to your first product, and it relates to a product that you would have put through one of our product validations. Remember, we gave you 2? So the reason that we do this is because if we said, this looks like an interesting product after you've done your research and you showed it to us, you've gone and invested in it, and it's not worked for you, well then we owe it to you to help you out. And that's why we do it. So you just can't lose. The risk is ours. We're happy to do it because we know the numbers, and we know when you apply the program, you apply yourself, you're going to get results. Now, the reason I put in this blank slide is I'm going to give you guys tonight a huge additional bonus for being here. And I put the slide here so that I know where to edit out later on. So for tonight only, and there's no exceptions, unfortunately, because you're going to see why in just a second, I'm going to give you something that we do not hand out. It is nigh on impossible to book in a coaching call with myself and Robert, my business partner, right? Nigh on impossible. We have over 4,300 people in the program. We are extremely busy running multiple businesses, not just Marketplace Superheroes, but our freight company, the investments that we're involved in, our accounting businesses, different businesses beyond that as well. Kind of hard to believe now, but there's so many. So we can't really work one-on-one with people. However, because you're here tonight, you're investing tonight, we will work with a number of you who join tonight one-to-one. Now, this call is huge. It's myself and Robert. We're 2 multiple 7-figure super sellers on Amazon, as you know, and we've run other businesses as well. So you get massive insights from people doing real business every single day. We'll look at what you're doing to help you out. So here's exactly what we're going to cover. Number 1, we'll work with you as if you're our business partner, and we're going to line out exactly what you've got to do in the next 30, 60, and 90 days to get your Amazon business launched. The second thing we'll do is we'll actually take a look at some of the products you've been considering, and we'll give you instant feedback to save you a lot of time and effort. One of the things we're able to do is we're able to look at a product, and we're able to very quickly tell you whether or not we've seen that it's going to work. We've seen other people do it. We've seen that we know the market. So we can cut a lot of your time out and a lot of your effort down, which again, that's what it's all about, getting to the results more quickly, right? Okay, so also, I did mention this briefly earlier on, but I will say it again. We legitimately charge $1,000 per hour. So it's a huge bonus only for those of you who joined tonight. And again, I mean, honestly, this is huge. And we just don't do it for anybody because we can't. We don't have enough time in our week. And we know A lot of you guys are going to join tonight, but it's not like we're going to have 200 people joining tonight. So it's cool. We're happy to do it. So look, get on the program, get in the program now. It's guaranteed in 3 ways. You've absolutely nothing to lose. If you don't like it, if it doesn't perform the way we said it would perform, it's on us. So we guarantee you're going to come away from this call with complete clarity, confidence, and a complete plan of action to replace your income selling on Amazon. A million C's there, but you know what I mean. This is a really great opportunity. I really look forward to working with you on that call. Now, just a little bit about that. Don't take the call straight away, meaning you come into the program this evening, you get this bonus. There's no point using it tonight. In other words, booking in straight away because you haven't been through the material yet. There's just no point. So make sure you get through the first part of the program. After that, then it's time to book in. So I would say within the first 2 to 3 weeks, that kind of time frame is a good time to be considering booking in, depending on the pace at which you're moving through the program. But there's no real time frame on this. As long as you use it, look, within the next 12 months, it's fine. So that's a huge bonus only for you tonight. And remember, you can get started for just 3 payments of $397. So go to marketplacesuperheroes.com/BP-go and get in the program right now. Remember, there's 3 huge guarantees. So what are you waiting for? There's just the only reason we actually get you to go over the threshold and put some money down tonight is to get skin in the game. Without skin in the game, you don't take it seriously. And those who pay attention. It's a huge belief pattern that I learned a number of years ago. And whenever I really internalized it, every time I want something, I put money down and I learn. And because I put money down, I take it a lot more seriously. And believe me, we take your investment incredibly seriously tonight. So get into the program, marketplacesuperheroes.com/BP-go. It's guaranteed in 3 ways. Get into the program. Now look, we've shown you lots of results. Here's more. This is Clyde. This is a guy we met actually at our event in Houston last year. We spoke to him. I didn't even know what he was doing in the program. One of these people that you just never hear from, and all of a sudden the guy's doing millions of dollars in sales on Amazon. As you can see, $1.9 million in sales. The guy is really successful, very profitable, and is just incredible. It's somebody I'd never even spoken to before, but Clyde is now somebody we know very well. And actually, we're doing a Houston event pretty soon again. He's going to be there also to give us an update on where he is right now. Also got people like Ileana in the program. She is a good example because she was in the program for quite some time. It took her time to get in, get her products into stock, took her time to get over the threshold of taking action. As she says here, I launched my first product and, 56 days out of stock. So she was out of stock for a while, which isn't good, but she sold out, first product. Today, she's reached 20 grand in sales. And that's awesome. We got people doing phenomenally successful. And we used to have so many more of these in these webinars, but they went on for so long. People were just like, okay, we get the idea. People are successful. We've over 4,300 people in the program. So if we were to share all the success stories, we'd be here all night long. So just so you know, when you come in, you're going to see a very active community. You're going to see people who are asking great questions, getting results. And this is just a place to be to grow a real global Amazon business. So get in the program now. Remember, we guarantee it in so many different ways. We're not going to ask you to do anything we wouldn't ask ourselves to do. Get in the program. So what you're getting is the core system, lifetime access to our software tool, lifetime access to our Facebook mastermind, 100 product ideas in 7 days or less, complete system, over the shoulder, find ideas, so simple. 6 months live, twice weekly coaching calls, Marketplace Superheroes business setup call, keyword and listing critique, 2 expert validations on your products, and of course the Marketplace Superheroes partnership bonus, total value of $10,476. And remember, you can get started by going to marketplacesuperheroes.com/BP-go, 3 monthly payments of $397 or 1 payment of $997. And remember, for those of you tonight who are here, we're giving you that additional call with myself and Robert that you cannot get anywhere else, but you have to join tonight. And when I mean tonight, I mean once we hang up in just a couple of minutes now, you will have only a few hours left to get into the program and get that huge bonus, all right? So get in tonight. And also, here's what I'd like you to do. Give me a 4 in the chat box right now if you're coming to the program, just so I can make sure I can go back over the chat later on and make sure you're all in. All right, cool. Nice. Very nice. Awesome. I look forward to working with y'all. Brilliant. Y'all, I'm not from Texas, I'm from Ireland, but there you go. So look, it's everything you're getting once more. Marketplace Superhero System, the software, our mastermind, 100 product ideas in 7 days or less, 6 months of live, twice weekly coaching, the setup call from our expert, keyword and listing critique from us, and 2 expert validations, and a Marketplace Superheroes bonus partnership offer, which is just going to help you get your money back really quickly by referring this to your friends. And it's great for us because it helps us honestly cut down our spend on places like Facebook. I'd much rather give you the money than to Mark Zuckerberg. So I really look forward to working with each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming on the call tonight. It's been great. And remember, that bonus, this one right here, is only for those of you who get in right now. So this is the time to do it. So that's everything for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's call. I'm just going to leave this on screen so you know everything that you're going to get, just so it's nice and clear. In case you have any last I'm taking notes here as to what I get. I know we went through a lot of content and we've answered a lot of questions along the way. I hope you've enjoyed the call. And as always, I'd just like to thank John and Luke for having us as well. It's just such a great honor to be here, and it's just huge. Oh, and by the way, I've got some questions here I'm going to answer. So let me see. The first question. All right. So, okay, so how long is it going to take for me to get into stock? So typically it's going to take you about 14 to 30 days to find your product ideas, speak to suppliers, get your product placed, your order placed, and then it's going to take about another 30 days to get that into stock, and it's also going to take another 30 days to produce your item-ish. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but 90 days to 100 days to get your first products into stock. But again, like, this is a long-term business. You're going to make money from those products for years, not just a couple of months, not just a couple of weeks. And also, every time you sell your product, you're doubling your money, like we covered earlier, right? Turning $1 into 2, 2 into 4, so on and so forth. So this is it. Like, this is a really great investment. It's something you're absolutely going to want to do. So about 90 to 100 days to get into stock with your items. And remember, we always recommend having multiple products, not just one. That's a really bad strategy. Have multiple products in stock and ready to go. All right. What kind of business? Yeah, the best business structure is just a limited company structure, no matter where you're living, if it's in the US or in Europe. We cover all that in the program in Module 7, but having a limited liability company setup is very important. And even if you're in Australia or somewhere like that, these setups are available. They're called PTYs. A little bit different, but that's all it is. It's a limited company structure. Really important that you protect yourself rather than the sole proprietor where you're not protecting yourself. So that's the way you do that. Okay. How many products should I start with? I recommend 3, honestly, because it just makes life a lot easier. It helps make sure that, if you only have one item, you only have one chance of being really successful, right? And it's just much better to have more products. Simple as that. So I would recommend absolutely getting at least 3 into stock to launch with. And again, each product anywhere from 800 to $3,000. Not $3,000. 1 to 3 grand to launch a business. So 800 to $2 grand to launch a product ish. So, very minor investment. And when you consider in 6 to 9 months, you can double the value of that. It's nothing, very, very minimal. And this is a business that's long-term in meaning, like, if you have a lot of money right now, of course you can make a very quick return. But a lot of people, it takes some time to build up their capital. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your first items into stock and succeeding. And then you're going to want to use other people's money to fund those products that are working for you. So you push the boulder up the hill a little bit, then you get somebody else to come in and basically finish pushing the boulder up the hill with you. Simple as that. So you validate your items, you validate sales, then you get somebody else to pay for that. So you're not going to be paying for it all yourself long term. You'll use other people's money as your business grows, and that's how you scale a company really successfully. All right? Cool. Okay, so they look like the main questions. Other than that, look, everything on the screen you're getting access to right now, whether you take the multi-pay option or you do the one time. And also remember, we've got those 3 huge guarantees. Number 1, you have 30 days to try out the program. It's not for you. We'll give you your money back. Just email us before your 30 days are up. Second one is going to be relating to product ideas. If you don't find any product ideas in your first 60 days, we'll come on. We'll help you find them. Make sure you have those. Third one then is, look, if you bring your products, you get them into stock. One of the products that you validated with ourselves, it comes into stock. It's sitting there for 6 months. If it's not working, we're going to make it work. And if it still doesn't work, we'll buy it from you. Man, that's huge. That's the confidence we have in this program. So I want you to get into the program right now. Remember, this is the link. Just come back here again. MarketplaceSuperheroes.com/BP-go. $397 by 3. one time $9.97, and that's really it. So look, I look forward to working with you, as does Robert. And again, thank you so much to Luke and John. It's been a real pleasure to speak to you all. Any questions, support at marketplacesuperheroes.com. That was probably put into the chat at some point by Carol. I have to go back and check that. But it's that's what it is. Support at marketplacesuperheroes.com. Make sure that you use that if you have any issues whatsoever. And so look, that's it for tonight. That's it for the training. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to working with you all as well. And this is only going to be available for a few days. And remember, you cannot get all these other elements anywhere else. It's the only place you can get them. So get into the program. Let's work together. Let's help you get a really successful private label Amazon business up and running. And thank you so much for your time. So that's it for me. I'm going to sign out for tonight. Go, because it's incredibly late. And I'll see you guys soon. All right.